UFC 135, Jones vs. Rampage. Live tonight on pay-per-view. Hello everybody, my name is Joey Olmeda.
And my name is Jaime Rene Olmeda.
And this is
Split
Decision. We have one hell of a pay-per-view.
One hell of a card. It's another way of saying it too, Joey.
Yeah, it's tonight. You can go watch it anywhere you want. I mean, a lot of people go to their friend's house. A lot of people go watch them at a bar, sometimes at a restaurant, depending where they show it. It is a title fight, so usually more than likely they'll show it just about anywhere.
Almost anywhere.
And this is a hell of a fight too. For some reason, usually whenever it's it's Rampage Jackson versus John Bones Jones.
It's not just that. There's some other fights in there too. Mark Hunt is there, which we haven't seen. I haven't seen in a long time. One of my all-time favorite MMA fighters as well, Joey.
You sure?
A lot of people don't know that because I haven't mentioned it.
Well, I mean,
they don't know me that well.
Well, that's because you've watched a lot of his old fights in Pride, and you followed Pride back in the day when that was still around, Pride Fighting Championships, which was an awesome organization. I mean, they put on some of the greatest fights, and Mark Hunt was known for having one hell of a chin. I mean, he could take punches and he could give them back, Rene.
Yeah, going against Mirko Krokop with his hospital on one side and the morgue the other. Very, very impressive. A great fucking fight, actually. One of my all-time favorites.
There it is right there. As a matter of fact, I got a picture right there of Krokop and Mark Hunt going at it. That was at, of course, what do I do this? What did I do this to myself? Let's see. Oh my god, what are the
His head was so hard.
Little trivia there, but
yeah.
What are they called? Oh, Shockwave, yes. One of the Shockwaves, I believe.
Mark Hunt's head could take so much shots to his cranium.
He could.
Altogether, it'd be so much that Mirko had to wear special shoes for it.
Yeah, he did. To protect his own feet from that head, because he does have a pretty damn hard head, is what they say. And he can take some very good punches and stuff. And that's why they call him a Samoan machine. Samoan monster machine or something like that.
Moving on. We're sorry about No, we're not.
Well, speaking of, I'm not. Let's see, guys.
We're just going to grab the camera real quick and show you exactly what you're going to watch or miss if you do or do not watch this event. Ladies and gentlemen, the first match that we got on the card is Mark Hunt going against
Big Ben Rothwell.
Now, okay, the nickname they got for the Samoan machine now is obviously Super Samoan. I haven't heard that one yet, Joey.
No, not really. No, I haven't.
And on that note, we're going to go further more on the tail of the tape. Of course, as we're going, the record for Mark Hunt would be 6-7, which is 0, which is kind of the reason why I guess we haven't seen him in a while. That's, of course, the other fights, they don't count because they weren't legally... Well, I don't know.
You know what? That's a lot of losses, and actually it's more losses than wins. But you know what? Mark Hunt, his last fight was in the UFC, and he won that fight, so he proved that he should be in the UFC.
Damn
now
right.
He just has to keep on going.
Yeah,
he just has to keep on winning.
Mirko Krokop by decision. He didn't not like he got knocked out or anything, so some of those fights don't really actually count.
Ben Rothwell, this guy's a former IFL champion. Matter of fact, beat Big Country, Roy Nelson, the guy with the big ass gut.
Oh wow!
He beat him. He beat him once for the belt, and I mean he's a hell of a opponent. This should be one hell of a fight.
All right. The height is 5 feet and 10 inches, Joey. What we got over there on the other side?
You go. Well, we got Ben Rothwell, who is 31-7, same amount of losses, but more wins. He has a lot more experience, but and this guy's 6'4", and he's 265 pounds. They're both 265 pounds.
Yep.
This should be one hell of a heavyweight clash.
And we're gonna throw in also the more detail they got over here, the website, thanks to UFC. They got over here for submissions. We got over here for Ben. We got 20% over here for same. We got over here 20% for Mark. The takedowns, 31% for Ben. Takedown over here for Mark. I wouldn't doubt it to be 13. He's more just like a stand-up kind of guy. And then for striking, 67% from Mark and 48. So I mean, really all just mixed martial arts. You know what I'm saying? Right down the line. And that's on the details.
So now we talk about the fight. This should be a hell of a fight, man. Let's go with details. You want to hear details? Ben Rothwell, like I said, he's beaten Big Country Roy Nelson. He's the kind of guy who he'll slug with you a little bit. He did it against Arlovsky, ended up paying the price, but you know, he will also try to take you down. I think he's got some pretty good ground and pound. Just ask Gilbert Ivel. And I like that. I like that guy a lot. A very dangerous striker too, but not very good takedown defense. And he was able to beat him, and that's when he got his last win. But his first fight was against Cain Velasquez, and he could not stop the takedowns. He couldn't keep up with the pace of Cain Velasquez. Matter of fact, he looked horrible in that fight. He really did. He was just standing there and taking a bunch of punishment. Really never got off, and you know, he'll be going up against Mark Hunt, who's a guy who likes to stand up. And Rene, you don't know this, but I was watching a video because I do my research and everything. He's been training at a Muay Thai school. I believe it's called Tiger Muay Thai. Don't quote me on that, but that's just something that I remember. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But you know, you can go ahead and look it up too. But the guy looks in the greatest shape he's ever looked in. Don't look at that picture. No, that's an old picture. No, that's an old picture. You should have seen him at the weigh-ins.
Yeah,
and in that video, you know, he's planning on getting. He said that right now he has 1 ab, but he's planning on getting all 6 abs. Is what he's trying. This is what he said on that video.
That's my go-to. That's true. Good shit.
So what do you think, Rene?
I think it's gonna be a great fight. Second round, go for Mark Hunt, going for a knockout. If anything, he's gonna win.
Yeah.
No decision on this baby.
I think this guy, you know, Mark Hunt. I saw, like I said, I was watching the video that he's been training. Man, he looks good, and I think he'll be able to stop the takedowns of Ben Rothwell. And you know, I just don't. I remember hearing about Ben Rothwell. I mean, you know, like I said, you know, he made a big splash in the IFL. I mean, what do you expect? You know, when you do a cannonball, and he's at that size, he's gonna make a big splash, all right.
You know, Mark Hunt, the thing I know about him, he has never been known to actually like be afraid of another fighter. He's always been trying to put the pace, you know, like pushing more and more. So it's gonna be a great fight. You're not gonna see the fans booing and having them circle and, like, you know, test each other's water or having that respecting. I'm sure they have respect as fighters, but I'm sure they're gonna be like going at it the whole damn time. And if Ben decides to back off, which I really doubt, Mark's gonna follow up, which is it's gonna be probably neck and neck with the main event. Actually, I think. If there's a knockout,
it should be a pretty high-paced. It should be a pretty high-paced fight with just about everything. You're going to see a lot of attempts. Will they be able to do it? Will Ben Rothwell be able to impose his will and take down Mark Hunt? He's going to have to hunt down Mark Hunt, by the way. Mm-hmm. Will he be able to do it and you know, take him down and ground and pound him? I don't think so, man. I think Mark Hunt has really changed his game. You should see that training he was doing. He was doing push-ups. I mean, he looks in great shape, like I said. Don't let the gray hair fool you. You know, he dyed it that color. He has gray hair, by the way. I saw it at the weigh-in. You know, untraditionally, like he usually has the blonde hair. But they also say, one other key note is that they say that nobody punches harder than Mark Hunt. And I see, you know, Rene goes with a second-round knockout. I go with a first-round knockout. I don't think Ben Rothwell, and yeah, that's a very good assumption. You know, actually, his last fight he won, he got it in the second round. Second-round knockout. So you might be right.
Brilliant.
But I think, you know, with the new training, the new Muay Thai training that he's been getting, with the new conditioning, this is a dangerous Mark Hunt. Beware, Brock Lesnar, because everybody probably thinks that you're the strongest puncher in the UFC. Well, I beg to, you know, you got to fight this guy first, or take a punch from this guy first, and we'll see, you know, you tell me if you are the strongest puncher. I think Mark Hunt's going to win this fight too.
Absolutely. Another great card in the match, which is just right after probably the fight of the night, actually, I think. I mean, is Nate Diaz going against the Fireball Kid, Takanori Gomi. That's how you pronounce it?
Takanori Gomi.
Takanori.
The Fireball Kid. I'll go with Nate Diaz's stats. He's 13-7-0. Has not won, I think, the last 2 or 3 fights. He definitely needs a win in this fight. He's 6 foot, and he's 155 pounds with a 76 reach.
Over here on Fireball Kid, like I said, his nickname still stays the same. His record is 32 wins, 7 losses, 0 disqualifications, and he's got I don't know what that is.